What's going on, guys? It's that guy with movies back here again, and today's video is going to be another collection video. I did this one last year, so I figured I may as well do it for this year as well, and it's going to be my Steelbook collection. It's going to be both Blu-ray and DVD in this video. I don't think I have any 4K Steelbooks, I don't think I do, but I've got Blu-ray ones, plus I got a few DVD ones as well. So anyway though, guys, we'll get started. We'll get right into it here. I've got two pretty decent sized piles, so let's go ahead and show you guys them. So the first one here is a Blu-ray Steelbook, and it's actually probably the first one that I've shown on this channel. Probably one of the first probably the first Steelbook I bought on this channel. And, well, maybe that's the Force Awakens one, but anyways, I'll just thought I'd move it up a little bit here, and that is 300 here. This is, of course, the first one here. Sorry, I'm just moving this up. There we go. And this one here, this is the first one, of course, not the newer one. I don't know if there was even a Steelbook for that one. I probably wouldn't have got it anyways, but this is the first one here. I think I found it at Savers. And this is a pretty good movie. I really like this one. I know a lot of people don't, but the second one was okay. This one, though, I really like this one. It just has a lot of cool action scenes in it, and I just really like it. It's just a really kind of cool action movie in that. But there's the back of that one. It's pretty cool, and I think I might show you guys the inside artwork as well. That's kind of what it looks like inside, and if I pop the disc out here, that's essentially what it looks like in there. So, yeah, that's pretty much what the inside looks like. There's no other kind of inserts or anything like that. So that's pretty much what the inside looks like for that one. But yeah, I like 300. It's a pretty cool movie. Really like kind of the look and feel of it, and I like the slow motion's kind of cool. It's a Zack Snyder movie. It's a pretty standard Zack Snyder movie. I like it. I don't mind him as a director. I know a lot of people don't, but I don't mind him. It's a really good movie, really great action, and yeah, recommend it to anyone who kind of likes more alternate history kind of stuff. But yeah, well, it's based off a comic book, but yeah, or it's based off a comic book, which is based off of true events. But yeah, 300, pretty cool movie. I like it. And then the next one here is a DVD Steelbook, and it's probably one of the older DVD Steelbooks that I have in my collection, and that is Cloverfield here, and I have to kind of zoom out here. I think I'll probably just hold it like that, but yeah, Cloverfield, it's, sorry, this is really not fitting in here. Hold on. There we go. Sorry about that. Just kind of have to make a little bit higher for the DVD Steelbooks here. But yeah, Cloverfield, I was not a big fan of this movie at all. I didn't really like it, but I thought I'd just give it another chance because I did a couple years ago. I watched the other Cloverfield movies. I watched 10 Cloverfield Lane. That was a really good movie. Really, really good, actually. And the Cloverfield Paradox from last year, I didn't like that one. This one I didn't like. And Overlord, you can kind of maybe sort of consider that one a Cloverfield movie, even though J.J. Abrams said it's not a Cloverfield movie. I kind of consider it, though, because it is kind of Cloverfield-ish. But yeah, I think this one's supposed to kind of look like maybe a Claymore, or maybe, like some kind of military ration kind of thing. It's all like dented, and then you can see it right there by the monster in this movie. But if we pop it open here, it's still, so the person has the insert still, and it's just pretty much the poster artwork in there. And then if I can pop up the DVD here, that's pretty much just what it looks like on the back there. So it's just the poster artwork. But yeah, Cloverfield, I'm not a big fan of found footage horror movies, but I didn't really care for this one. I might give this one a second shot, but Cloverfield, I didn't really care for it. And then the next one here is another DVD Steelbook, and that is Dead Snow. And actually, I did an unboxing on this one a couple years back. Probably a super old unboxing, but yeah, Dead Snow. It's a Norwegian zombie movie about Nazi zombies, pretty much, as you can see on the back right there. But it's a pretty cool looking Steelbook. I bought this one at HMV, I think, when they were closing. I'm not too sure. I think it was when they're closing, but yeah, it's a pretty nice looking Steelbook here. I really do like this one. I haven't seen the movie yet, I probably should watch it though, but there's the inside, just says Dead Snow and then Eins, zwei, die on it. But yeah, pretty cool. I like this Steelbook, but yeah, there's that one. Not too much to say about that one, but the next one here is another DVD Steelbook. We'll be getting back to some more Blu-ray Steelbooks in the next few, but this is just another DVD Steelbook. And that is half of Grindhouse, and that's Death Proof. I do have Planet Terror, but I have that one on just a regular DVD. I think I showed it in my DVD collection from this year. But I do have the Steelbook for Death Proof, though. I should probably try and find the Steelbook for Planet Terror, just so I have, both of them. And I should probably get the, the Grindhouse Blu-ray, like the whole kind of Grindhouse thing with the trailers and that. But this is just one half of Death Proof. It was a project that Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino did. This is Quentin Tarantino's movie. Planet Terror is Robert Rodriguez's movie. And then they got a whole bunch of other directors in that to do it. Like, I think Eli Roth did one trailer. And, there's just been a whole bunch of, spin-offs, like, Machete and that. But it's a pretty cool looking Steelbook. Just says Grindhouse presents Death Proof, a film by Quentin Tarantino. And then on the back there, it's just kind of red. So it kind of looks like an old kind of Grindhousey poster. But the inside here, you just get 2 discs in here, and I don't think there's any sort of special, there's no artwork in there. But you just get the movie and the special features. I haven't seen this one yet either, but I do like how it's like kind of shiny in that. But yeah, that is Death Proof. So that's about it for just like a couple of DVD Steelbooks. I do still have more, of course, but we'll be getting into some more Blu-ray Steelbooks here. The first one is actually another one that I bought at HMV a couple years back, and it's part of this little series that Sony did called Project Pop Art. I have a couple of them in my collection, not a whole lot, but I have a couple. And the first one I have here is Desperado. I really like the kind of sugar skull design right there, and it says a film by Robert Rodriguez. That's funny how I actually just showed a Quentin Tarantino movie, and now I show a Robert Rodriguez movie. So, the 2 directors of Grindhouse right there. But this is a really cool looking Steelbook. I really like this one. It's kind of plain, but it kind of gets the job done, though. And if I pop it open here, it is kind of plain. They just have a little insert here that kind of just, goes through all the different Steelbooks and that, all the different artists. And, yeah, I really like how Sony did this one. I have a whole bunch of other ones, as you can see right here. They got Stripes, Superbad, Taxi Driver, The Karate Kid, like Kung Fu Hustle and Snatch, Fifth Element. Probably get the Fifth Element one if I can find that one, because I really like that movie. But Desperado, I still have yet to see I think Robert Rodriguez calls it the El Mariachi trilogy. I should watch it though, but yeah, Desperado, or I should watch all of them, because there's El Mariachi, Desperado, and then Once Upon a Time in Mexico. I do think they have a Steelbook for Once Upon a Time in Mexico, but not for El Mariachi. But yeah, Desperado, pretty cool looking Steelbook. I really like that one. And then the next one I got here is finally a movie that I've seen, and that is Divergent. Of course, as it says right there, based on the worldwide bestseller. This is a pretty plain looking Steelbook. You just have the 2 characters right there, and then on the back you just have, I think those are like, they call them the factions or something. I've seen all 3 of these Divergent movies. They're actually supposed to be 4, because they split the last movie, or the last book, into 2 parts, and they actually never made the second part of the last book. So we were stuck with, the 2 movies based on the first 2 books, and then we had just 1 movie based on the 1 book. And that's been stuck in development hell ever since. They've been trying to make it a TV show, but Shailene Woodley here, she doesn't want to come back. And nobody wants to come back for it, and maybe they wanted to try and make a movie again, but nobody wanted to come back for that. But anyway, though, Divergent, I think this is a pretty decent movie. This is probably the only good one out of the 3. I actually didn't mind, the whole training thing in that. But yeah, I actually didn't mind this movie one bit. Insurgent, which is the second movie, that one was, and then the Allegiant was not very good, but yeah, you just have the, I think it came with these like temporary tattoos. Probably never going to use these, but they're in here still. Like, you have the whole faction thing, and then I think these birds right here are tattoos she got in the movie, but on the inside here, I'll just pop out the DVD, it just has a little cityscape right there, and then on the disc art, they're actually just the poster for it, and it's just, like I said, the city right there. But I'll just put all these back in. I actually didn't mind this one. This one was not too bad. The other ones just kind of get worse as they go along, is what I'm trying to say. But some good acting in here. Not amazing acting, but good acting. But overall, Divergent is a good movie. I think it's worth watching. I've never read the book, though, but it's a good movie. Insurgent, Allegiant, not very good. But yeah, Divergent, there is that one. And then the next one here is another Blu-ray Steelbook, and another one I bought at HMV. HMV had probably the best Steelbook collection, and that is From Dusk Till Dawn, you know, of course, starring George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino, and, Harvey Keitel, Salma Hayek, Juliette Lewis, and this is a really cool looking Steelbook. You just have George Clooney with the gun right there, and then on the back, I think that's Salma Hayek right there. And if we pop this one open here, you just have the 2 discs, and then you have, I think that's Salma Hayek right there. Once again, but yeah, From Dusk Till Dawn, I haven't seen this one either. I know. I should watch this one. I think it's on Netflix, so I might maybe get around to it soon. But yeah, From Dusk Till Dawn is just another one I have in my Steelbook collection. And then the next one here is probably one of the more recent Steelbooks that I've got. Actually, did not get this one thrifting. I actually found it at like a grocery store that had like, a little bin of movies, and I found this Steelbook here. And that is for Elysium. And this is one of the 3 movies that Neil Blomkamp directed, along with District 9 and Chappie. I've seen District 9. District 9 is an awesome movie. I really like that one. Elysium was pretty decent. I like that one. Chappie I haven't seen, but a lot of people said they didn't like that one. I think that one might still be on Netflix, but I haven't seen Chappie, but I have seen Elysium, and I have seen District 9 out of Neil Blomkamp's movies. This one's pretty decent. I kind of like their view of the future. Like, Earth is kind of really, like, gross and, like, dirty and that, and all, like, the kind of rich people go to, like, the space station to live, and it's just basically Matt Damon here. He's trying to, get to that space station and that, while he's stuck on Earth and that, and he has this, like, exoskeleton thing. It's pretty cool movie. I don't mind this one. But it's not the best movie ever, but, it's a pretty entertaining one. But I'll just show you guys the inside here and what this looks like. They just have a few ads in that, and then that's pretty much what the, the inside artwork looks like right there. Matt Damon's pretty good in this movie. I didn't mind him in this one. Jodie Foster had some, like, weird accent thing going on. But, yeah, overall, Elysium, I really like this one, and maybe I'd actually even watch it again. But yeah, Elysium. And then the next one here is one of my guiltiest of pleasures, and also another Steelbook that I did an unboxing of. Also another one that I got at HMV. One of the greatest sources for Steelbooks. Face Off. Yes, I love this movie. This is such an awesome movie. John Woo, when he was still doing Hollywood movies, he did just absolute classics like this one, Wind Talkers, Broken Arrow, just the kind of cheesy ones with Nick Cage and John Travolta and that. John Woo's movies are just super enjoyable. I love this one, though. This is so goofy and so fun, and just perfectly embodies the spirit of 90s action movies. Nick Cage had some really good ones. This one, Con Air, just a lot of really cool ones. And then John Travolta, of course, he had his little resurgence, and now I don't think he's really doing much of anything now. He was in some movie directed by the guy from Limp Bizkit, but yeah, anyway, though, it's a pretty cool Steelbook, though, pretty kind of plain looking, but even on the inside, it's just like silver, and you have the disc in there. But yeah, just such a good movie, really good. Face Off, cheesy, guilty pleasure, but still really good. And then the next 2 here are Fast and Furious movies. So I do have Fast and Furious 6. I don't really remember too much about this one. I know it's one of the last ones with Paul Walker in it before he passed away. But, and this is the second one with The Rock as well. I don't really remember this one apart from, like, the really long, like, runway part at the end where the thing was like 100 miles long. Other than that, I don't really remember this one very much. And I think I actually found this one at the pawn shop as well. And the inside artwork here is just Tyrese Gibson. He's jumping from the tank to the car. But yeah, that's the inside of this one. Like I said, I might have to rewatch this one as well. I can't really remember anything about it, but that is Fast and Furious 6. And then the one directly after it, Furious 7. Probably my favorite one out of all of them, and this is actually directed by James Wan. James Wan is probably one of my favorite directors of this decade, and plus the decade is ending very soon. And he's just such an awesome director. This is probably my favorite Fast and Furious movie as well. Just really good action, really well shot action, and just overall a very cheesy time in that. And also the last Paul Walker movie, or the last Fast and Furious movie with Paul Walker before he passed away. So rest in peace to Paul Walker. But this is such a great movie. And also the tribute at the end of this one with Paul Walker is really nice, really beautiful. Very touching, and yeah, this is such an enjoyable movie. I really like it, and also includes, I think, The Rock flexing out of a cast. But this one doesn't seem to have anything inside. It's a pretty plain looking one, but nonetheless, it's still a little bit better looking than the actual Blu-ray artwork. But that is Fast and Furious 7. I do have The Fate of the Furious. I don't have that on Steelbook, though. I just have it on regular Blu-ray, along with, like, Fast 5 and that. And I am going to get Hobbs and Shaw when that one comes out. That comes out in a few weeks. But, yeah, Furious 7. I don't think I'm going to get the Steelbook for Hobbs and Shaw, but I'll probably just get the Blu-ray of that one, like Fate of the Furious. But overall, I really enjoyed this one. And, yeah, just a really great time because James Wan directed it. And then here is another movie that I watched recently. We're getting back into one more DVD Steelbook. And that is G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. Sorry if you guys can't see that. There you go. G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. You got Snake Eyes on the front right there. And this is apparently the 2-disc digital copy special edition. Watched this one recently, and I was pretty underwhelmed by it. This one kind of sucks, actually. I can see it probably being a lot of people's guilty pleasures, but you have, you know, the G.I. Joe logo right there. And I think you have the Cobra logo under that. The discs are like impossible to get out of that one, so I even had a lot of trouble getting the movie disc out. But this one I was kind of underwhelmed by. There is a sequel to this one, G.I. Joe Retaliation. That one had The Rock and Bruce Willis in it. I do still want to watch that one. People are saying that that one is the better one of these two. It's got okay action, like it's nothing really to write home about, but it's got some okay action, but just really bad writing, bad casting, and just overall, I don't know, it was not very good, pretty underwhelming. I am a fan of these, like, kind of cheesy action ones, like, just to kind of escape and just cut loose for a while in that, but overall, it's a pretty plain looking Steelbook. There's nothing really too much to it, but other than that, G.I. Joe The Rise of Cobra, it's also a really nice and shiny looking Steelbook as well, but I don't know, pretty underwhelmed by it when I watched it. Kind of sucked. And then we get back into some more Blu-ray Steelbooks here. This next one is another one that I found thrifting, and you probably can't tell what this one is right here. I'll just hold it under the light, but if you look on the spine right here, it's the Green Hornet. And this is based off, I think, a really old radio serial that was like back in the 30s. This was made back in 2011, I believe, with Seth Rogen. And the other guy, I can't remember. I know Bruce Lee played him in the show that the serial was based off of. But I know Seth Rogen and Cameron Diaz, Christoph Waltz, they're in this movie. And this is an okay movie. It's not the greatest. It's, kind of boring, to be honest. But I don't really think Seth Rogen is really the type to play a superhero. He's just kind of always the stoner in his movies and that. And this is a pretty cool looking Steelbook. I am still looking for the 3D version of this one. I know it's probably weird to say that this has a 3D. This has a 3D Blu-ray, but it was released in 3D in theaters. And there's the inside, so you just have the front of the car right there with the, I think those are like the missile launchers or something like that. But that's pretty much the inside of that, and then the grill right here is kind of embossed. So it's a pretty cool looking Steelbook. It's not the greatest movie though, but there is that. And then this next one here is a pretty good movie, and that is Saoirse Ronan, Eric Bana, and Cate Blanchett in Hannah. This is a pretty good movie. I really like this one. Really great action and just really kind of good story, good acting, and that. And it's a not bad looking Steelbook, not the best looking Steelbook I have in my collection. But overall, I just bought it because it's Steelbook, and I really like the movie. There's Cate Blanchett right there. I don't know if there's really anything. Oh yeah, there is something underneath here. There's Eric Bana right there. But yeah, I like this one. It's pretty cool. Great action in it. Or actually, great action and well shot action in this one, and it's just a very interesting one. I think she's like I can't remember. She might be like a spy or something. It's been a while since I watched this one, but I really like this one. It's pretty cool. And then the next one here, I haven't seen this one either. I probably should. Actually, the next couple I haven't seen, but this is another DVD Steelbook, and it is I Am Legend. I did used to have I Am Legend on Blu-ray, but I kind of got rid of it so I could have the Steelbook, and it's a pretty cool looking Steelbook as well. Because if you take a look on the back here, it's almost like, like a quarantine poster. It says evacuation for priority evacuees only. All other exposed or infected persons will be quarantined in Manhattan until further notice. So, important, all deceased persons must be cremated. So it's a pretty cool looking Steelbook. I haven't seen the movie though. I should probably watch it since it is October, Halloween season. It's kind of sort of a horror movie, I guess you can say, but overall, there's Will Smith and his dog right there. And yeah, you just had the digital copy. Probably doesn't work anymore, so you just may as well show the code. But that is I Am Legend. And then the next one here is another Blu-ray Steelbook, and that is Inglourious Basterds. So this is, I believe, the only Tarantino Steelbook that I have besides Death Proof is Inglourious Basterds. I did see the Hateful Eight Steelbook, I believe, at the pawn shop. I didn't pick it up, though, because I think it was missing a disc, but it's a pretty plain-looking Steelbook because it's older, but you do have the digital copy in there, and you also have the 2 discs. So you have the Blu-ray right there, and then you have the digital copy, and maybe even the DVD as well. So you have Eli Roth and then Melanie Laurent right there. And I'll just pop these back in here, but yeah, it's an okay-looking Steelbook, but not the best one of my collection, but that is Inglourious Basterds. And then the next one here I have is actually a pretty neat-looking Steelbook, probably one of the better-looking ones in my collection, and that is Limitless, starring Bradley Cooper, Abby Cornish, and Robert De Niro. And if you guys can see right here, it is a pretty cool-looking Steelbook. You got, like, stock numbers and, just a whole bunch of numbers and, like, banking info and that. Plus you got, the drug that's featured in the movie as well, plus more, like, stocks and that. But if you pop it open, if I take out these little papers right here, it says accessing 100% of your brain is possible with NZT, which is the drug that's in the movie. And if I pop these 2 discs out, you got Bradley Cooper right there, so it is kind of like a pharmaceutical kind of ad right there. But this is a pretty good movie. I like this one. Pretty cool concept. And I believe they also made a TV show based off of it. I haven't seen it, but it's on Netflix though. But this is a really good movie. He's just kind of accessing a lot more of his brain with this drug. And it kind of like goes too far in that, and it's just a pretty cool movie. So that is pretty cool concept and a pretty good movie to boot. So that is Limitless. And then I have another DVD Steelbook here, another older kind of one, and this is Live Free or Die Hard. Sorry about the lighting, it's really dark, but Live Free or Die Hard, of course, starring Bruce Willis as John McClane. And I've seen this one, actually watched it not too long ago, and I like this one. I know a lot of people were kind of, this is kind of controversial, I think, when it came back out in 2007, because it was just, oh, well, it's a Die Hard movie that's PG-13, it's probably not going to work. And it actually worked. A movie that is PG-13 from an R-rated franchise doesn't necessarily need to be that bad. The one after this one, A Good Day to Die Hard, was rated R, and that one was even worse. But Live Free or Die Hard, it's a decent movie. It's a pretty fun watch. It's kind of a little bit long, though. But, you know, it's a Die Hard movie. It kind of is supposed to be long, like A Good Day to Die Hard. That one was only like an hour and a half, and that was pretty bad. But Live Free or Die Hard, it kind of dragged in a couple points, but overall it was a pretty decent movie. You know, of course, it's PG-13, so you kind of have the toned down violence and you have the toned down swearing in that. But overall, Live Free or Die Hard, it was decent. I didn't watch the unrated version though. I just watched the theatrical version. Or no, maybe I can't remember. I can't remember what version I watched. I think it was just the theatrical one, but you know, Live Free or Die Hard, there is that one. Not the best Die Hard, but not the worst either. The next one here is another one from a franchise, and that is Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, and it's probably one of the newer Steelbooks that I got, and probably one of the newest ones until I got another one that I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. But Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, I know a lot of people really enjoyed this one. I didn't really care for it. It was kind of boring, like kind of slow in a couple parts. There was nothing really to write home about in this movie for action sequences besides the plane part on the back here where he's actually hanging off the plane. That's actually him hanging off the plane. And it's just such a cool part, but overall it was kind of disappointing for me. Fallout though, I watched that one. I saw that one in theaters last year. That was such an awesome movie. I really enjoyed that one. And a lot of kind of the thrills and the action and a great plot that I come to expect from Mission Impossible movies. I do really like these ones. Like, I think the only... Sorry about that. Just turn off my lamp there. But the only kind of bad one of the Mission Impossible ones is 2 with the virus or whatever. That one was pretty bad. But overall, it is a series I do enjoy watching. Just really kind of great action and great stories and that. But there's the inside. It's just kind of a collage of different scenes and that. But overall, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, it was probably one of the weaker ones. You know, it's just nothing can come close to Ghost Protocol or Fallout in this one. And even the first one as well, I really enjoy that one because it is more different than the other ones because it is just kind of more of a thriller than an outright action movie. But Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing either. And then the next one here is another kind of older one, and that is No Country for Old Men. It's a pretty kind of plain looking steelbook. It just says you can't stop what's coming. And then actually this person here still kept the little backing card on it as well. But if I pop this open here, it just says there are no clean getaways and there are no laws left. So there is the inside of that one, and it's just the Blu-ray in here as well. But yeah, No Country for Old Men. There is that steelbook. And with that, one half of my collection is done. So now we will go on to the smaller half here, or the smaller pile. And we have a pretty common steelbook here, and that is Ong Bak the Thai Warrior. I haven't seen this one yet, but I know a lot of people seem to really like this one. These kind of like Asian action ones are pretty cool. I'd have to admit, the Raid ones that I've seen, both of those are such great movies. Really like those. Just kind of a lot of brainless action, but it's got a pretty good story to it as well. And that's kind of why I like these ones. But this one, like I said, is super common. It's actually even supposed to be in a steelbook because this right here, excuse me, is not a backing card. This is actually printed on the back of the case, and then if we pop it open here, on the inside, this is technically what it's supposed to look like. And if we pop out the disc here, it's pretty much the exact same artwork that is on the disc, and you have the scene selection and everything. So it's kind of technically supposed to be in a steelbook case, but Ong Bak the Thai Warrior, I'll probably get to this one sometime, because I do like those kind of Asian action ones. And then one of the last movies that I picked up at HMV before they shut down forever is another steelbook, and that is RoboCop on DVD, the 20th Anniversary Collector's Edition. You gotta love the original RoboCop, just so many great cheesy lines, And I know it is supposed to be kind of satire, but it's also pretty cheesy, but it's also a really good story as well. It definitely is probably one of my favorite movies, just because it's, you know, such a unique world with, I believe, where is it, Detroit, I think? And, you know, this is also comes with the unrated version as well, so that's pretty cool. I think it's only extended by like a couple seconds, though. Unfortunately, this little piece right here is broken, so it doesn't close fully, but the inside here, you got RoboCop with the gun right there. So you have the original theatrical release on, I can't get that out, one disc, and then you have the, what I presume is the extended version on the other disc. So that is the, you know, the 20th anniversary collector's edition of RoboCop, and really happy I found that at HMV before they shut down. And then the next one here is the newest Steelbook in my collection. I did this unboxing not too long ago, and that is for Rocketman. If you guys want to know my thoughts on this movie, I will leave a link down below in the description for the link to this unboxing, because it is a pretty cool looking Steelbook as well. I bought this one at Walmart because, weirdly enough, Best Buy is usually the ones that have the Steelbooks, but this time Walmart had it for some reason, so I thought I'd pick it up. It was the same price as the Blu-ray, I believe, or the 4K. And if I pop this open here, it's not anything special. But if you guys go to my my Rocketman unboxing in the description down below, I will show you guys, like, I'll tell you guys my full thoughts on Rocketman, plus I can give you, you know, a little bit better of a look at this Steelbook. But Rocketman, it was a pretty good movie, but I did think, probably controversial, Bohemian Rhapsody was a better movie, since I am more familiar with Queen. But the next one here, we do only have a few more DVD Steelbooks before we can just go back to regular Blu-ray Steelbooks. But this next one here, probably another super old one, and that is Spider-Man 3. This is the last one of the Raimi ones. I know Raimi was supposed to do one more of these Spider-Man ones, but he just kind of gave up on it and just, you know, parted ways with Sony in that, and he never got around to doing it, unfortunately. But Spider-Man 3, it's okay, I guess. It's not the greatest Raimi movie. I'd say that's probably the first Spider-Man. I know a lot of people have a soft spot for the second one. The second one is a pretty good movie as well, but I really like the first one. Just kind of perfectly embodies, like, 2002 and that, just early 2000s, and just probably one of the better superhero movies of that period, because, as you know, superhero movies from like the early 2000s or like late 90s and that are not necessarily that great. But Spider-Man 3, it's an okay time, but it's pretty long as well. It's like 2.5 hours, or I think it was like 2 hours 20 minutes or something. But you have, you know, a picture of Spider-Man right there, and then you have the Venom symbiote right there. And if I take all this out, probably one of the coolest little promotional images that I've seen for a movie. If I can take these out here. I can't take these out, but if you want to know the other half, it's Spider-Man here, and then he's staring at his reflection, and it's the black suit. Just such a cool... Sorry if I'm moving the camera around a little bit, but yeah, Spider-Man 3, it's okay, but not the greatest one. And then the next the next four are Star Wars ones, so I'll just get these three out of the way first. So I have A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, I'll just move these over a little bit, and then I have Return of the Jedi right here. So these are just kind of the little face ones that they released a while back. And yeah, so the one with Darth Vader is A New Hope, the one with the Stormtroopers, Empire Strikes Back, and then the one with Palpatine is Return of the Jedi. A New Hope, I like this movie, but I don't like it as much as these two, though, because A New Hope is just kind of parodied so much in pop culture. You're just kind of waiting for the more iconic moments. But I do still like it, though. It is kind of like a little bit slow. But Empire Strikes Back is probably my favorite out of the original trilogy. As you can see, I just have the original trilogy. And then Return of the Jedi is an awesome movie as well. But Empire Strikes Back has just kind of the slight edge to it. But All three of these are really great movies, and definitely recommend getting these Steelbooks. And I'll just move these out of the way for a second here, just so I can. So there's the backing for A New Hope. So just pop it open here, and then if I take the disc out, it's Luke on Tatooine right there. And they have like these kind of promotional images, or just shots from the movie. So this is the inside for, Empire Strikes Back. So, of course, they have the walkers right there. And there's the back for that. I really like how they put on the back the original poster artwork for it. That is a super cool idea. And then we have Return of the Jedi right here. And then there's the poster artwork. And if I pop it open, you have... I was thinking they're going to be doing something with Jabba's palace or something on Endor. But it's just the fight in space while they were on Endor. But that is the Return of the Jedi Steelbook, the Empire Strikes Back one, and the New Hope one. I did not get the prequels because I don't like the prequels, but there is that. And they actually just re-released all the Star Wars movies for like the Disney releases. And speaking of Disney, I do have one of the Disney Star Wars Steelbooks, and that is for The Force Awakens. It's a pretty plain-looking Steelbook, but it's also pretty cool as well. So you got Kylo Ren on there, and then Captain Phasma on the other. And if I pop this one open, the backing artwork is pretty much just this disc right here. But I really like this one. I know a lot of people give this one flack in that, like all the Disney Star Wars ones. So the two spin-offs and then the two they've released so far. I am still really excited for The Rise of Skywalker, because that one is the last of the Skywalker saga. And, yeah, so basically the end of Star Wars for that one, but The Force Awakens is still a really enjoyable movie, and a lot of the critics really liked it. Some audiences liked it, some others didn't, but I was part of the ones that really liked it. And then the next one here, we are kind of approaching 40 minutes here, so I'll just kind of speed through some of these other ones here. But the next one I got here is Sucker Punch. I haven't seen this one yet, and it's actually probably one of the few Zack Snyder movies I have not seen. And besides this one and the Owl one, Legends of the Guardians, I haven't seen these two yet. I know a lot of people say Sucker Punch kind of sucks, but, I kind of had to get the Steelbook because the Steelbook is pretty cool looking. And if I pop this open here, this is pretty much what the... sorry if I keep turning my lamp off, but if I pop out the discs here, you do get the extended cut and the theatrical cut, and that's pretty much just the poster artwork right there. But other than that, I haven't seen this movie, so if you guys have seen it, let me know down below. Is it one of your favorite Zack Snyder movies, or does it really suck, and is it Snyder's worst? Let me know down below. But other than that, Sucker Punch, I have not seen this one yet. This next one, or actually the next couple I have seen though, we have Ted 2 right here. And I actually think this is probably the better of the two Ted movies. Just, it's kind of more enjoyable. It is a little bit longer. It's about 2 hours long, but I do think this one is a little bit more enjoyable. And it's a pretty funny looking Steelbook as well. But if I pop this open, take out the two discs here, that's pretty much what it looks like. So almost kind of like the Mission Impossible Steelbook, just with the kind of collage of pictures in that. And actually, this is... forgot to mention, this is probably one of the funnier ones. Or no, not one of the funnier ones. Probably the funnier one of the Ted movies. I do like the first one. It's just, I think this one's a little bit funnier, though. And it has a little bit better of a plot. But overall, Ted 2, I think it's a pretty enjoyable movie. I don't mind it. And then the next one here is Terminator Genesis. Also one of the newer Steelbooks that I got before Rocketman. And this movie kind of sucks, actually. It's probably one of the worst Terminator movies besides... well, I think it actually probably is the worst Terminator movie. I didn't mind Salvation, and Terminator 3 isn't too bad if you kind of just look past some of its flaws. But overall, it kind of sucks. And yeah, I know right there. It's scratched. It's not a very good movie, though, but good thing that didn't happen to one of my favorites in the Steelbooks. But anyway, though, this next one here is another one I bought at HMV, and it's one of these kind of more plain ones. And that is The Town right here, starring Ben Affleck, Rebecca Hall, John Hamm, Jeremy Renner, and Blake Lively. I believe Jeremy Renner actually got he got nominated for an Oscar for this one, and I think he is pretty good in this movie. Ben Affleck does a really good job in this one as well, acting and directing, and just a really good kind of heist movie. And once again, it's pretty plain inside. You just have the disc, and that's about it. But that is The Town. It's a really excellent movie, and if you guys are fans of heist movies, you know, like Heat, or, you know, to a certain extent, like the Ocean's ones, or The Score, or something, or Italian Job, I definitely recommend watching The Town. It is such a good movie. And then, sorry, I actually do have a couple more DVD steelbooks here. This next one actually has the Blu-ray in it, but it's a DVD-shaped one. And that is True Grit, one of the other Coen Brothers movies, one of the few I've seen as well. True Grit is such a good movie, just great performances from Jeff Bridges, Matt Damon, and Josh Brolin. I can't remember who's in less of the movie. I believe it's Josh Brolin. He's not in the movie very much. And of course a young Haley Steinfeld as well, but there's Jeff Bridges on the back. And if I can pop these out, those actually came out with less difficulty than I thought, but you have all the characters in there. So you got Jeff Bridges, Haley Steinfeld, Matt Damon, and then Josh Brolin down there. But you do have the Blu-ray and the DVD plus the digital copy, but there's no code in here, so probably wouldn't even get the digital code anyways. But yeah, True Grit, it's a really, really good movie. Not a big fan of Westerns, but it's just really, really good. And then the next one here is one more DVD steelbook for this video, and that is The X-Files, I Want to Believe. I haven't seen both of these X-Files, and actually I haven't seen one episode of the show either. And I should probably watch these movies, but it's a pretty plain looking steelbook. It's also pretty old as well. But if we pop it open here, you do have the digital copy disc, and you know, special features, and then the movie itself. But that's pretty much the inside of The X-Files, I Want to Believe. And the very last one that I have for you guys today is Zombieland. And this is another one of the Project Pop Art ones. It's a pretty kind of neat looking steelbook. On the back there, you just get a few of the zombies in there. And yeah, it's an enjoyable movie. I don't love it as much as some other people do. Like, you know, of course, Bill Murray has a really kind of funny appearance in this one. Overall, I enjoy it. It's kind of overrated, though, I think. But on the inside, there's nothing too much. It's just like blue, and then you have the disc in there. I am excited to watch Zombieland Double Tap, which is coming out next week, I believe. Definitely going to watch that one soon, because it did look pretty good from the trailer. But overall, Zombieland, it's a pretty enjoyable movie, and like I said, I do want to see Zombieland Double Tap. But anyway, though, guys, that is about it for my steelbook collection for 2019. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share. Twitter and Instagram links will be in the description down below if you want to follow me on there. Also, be sure to check out my IMDb profile page. The link for that will be down below in the description of this video as well, to check out what I've been watching recently. Also, if you're new to my channel, or if you're already subscribed, be sure to click the bell to be notified of future videos. A new video every Tuesday and Friday. So anyway, though, guys, that is about it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all next time. And my voice is getting a little bit tired. But anyway, though, guys, that's about it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all next time.